Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So back here on Riverview Farm, we've got the level 9 orders to work on today. Also trying to get this cleared up so that I can get rid of the bunker silo. So as I get this going, I'll go ahead and start filling up the silage here. So I'm not sure how long it's going to be taking me at this point to get through these levels, because I think now that we're up here, it's just going to be a lot more challenging. That's for certain. So I think I'm down to 30 or 40,000 silage here. I'd really like to get all of this out so that I can go ahead and replace that with the fermenting silo, and that also will give me some additional space if I need other things and other expansion options for the farm. I do not understand how I keep having this issue. It doesn't happen that often. It just seems to always happen. I thought I was in there far enough, but obviously not. Let's see. Alright. That looks like it went. So let's just take a quick look at what we've got. So we've got strawberries, which are going in the greenhouse. Slurry's collecting from the cows. Again, with everything that was going on, I'm run short of food, so I've got to get them going right away. Sugarcane's out in the field, so that's what I'm immediately going to start working with. And then, obviously, the sheep are doing whatever they're doing with wool, although I think that's going to take a long time. And I'm not quite sure where I sit on the flour in the grain mill, but I've got a lot of things moving, certainly, for this level. So I'm going to go ahead and continue getting this taken care of for the cattle feed, getting the TMR mixer running, so forth. And once I have something new to talk about, because maybe I'll get lucky and be ready with the silage, but I don't think that's going to happen right away. If nothing else, we'll be looking at the sugarcane as well, so I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I am still cleaning up from the finished wheat harvest, so I've got this little bit here in the harvester. I'm still in the process of getting the cow work done. I've got to get hay into the feeder, but I've got a good amount of silage going. I just wanted to get this taken care of. Fold up the harvester. I guess it still thought the auger was extended, so I'll do that. I'll take this on up to the silo and we'll get this dumped in. So we've got a good amount of extra wheat here, which is great. Obviously, it's quite heavy taking it up here, and I've been hauling much fuller loads up here, so as you might imagine, it takes a little bit of time. I don't recall if I have any hay left on the field is my bigger problem right now. And as always, I've got a trailer that I can't locate, so I've got my forage wagon somewhere that I need to determine where it is. So as I was feeding the cows, I did verify I've got enough slurry to actually fill the slurry order. The nice thing was, while the cows had run out of feed, I think they had just run out of feed, so they're still at full health and still producing. So everything is still working pretty well here. Alright, so that's right. I had the grass for the sheep. I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to go grab the grass or the forage wagon, and if I have hay, I'm going to have it out on that other field. Otherwise, I'm going to have to turn this grass over, and that's going to, again, take a little bit of time. can see we've got our tomatoes very full at all our greenhouses, so I've got that load to do as well. So there is just a lot of activity. I don't have any hay out here, clearly. Don't have a whole lot of wool either. I don't even have one whole pallet. I think a full pallet is 4,000 liters, so I've got a lot of time that I'm going to be spending waiting for wool. So I suppose that means I don't need to rush too much with other things, but obviously there's very little point in not progressing. So let's see. The sheep don't eat nearly as much as one would think, so I've got a lot of grass picked up, but as you can see, no spare room for grass right now. So half tempted to just see if I can dump this on the field and then turn it over and turn it into hay, because I have an immediate need for that, and I have less need for anything else. So I'm going to go put this out there. We'll see what that looks like. Alright, so I think kind of forcing a dump with Control I, it should just dump this here. It'll be obviously really thick piles, but we'll see. Thinking I should just be able to flip that over then. I might be sorely mistaken, but I'll find out very quickly. Alright, so this will be my tedder. I always get these kind of mixed up. I'm thinking this is right. Even as I pull up to it, I'm not entirely sure, but I'll find out very, very quickly. So I'm really well poised here for the level 9 orders. I definitely am ready to keep moving. And just certainly trying to keep the cows operating has been a little bit more of a challenge than I would like. And obviously I'll probably switch some things up as I go along. We'll see. Yeah, this is like a really big pile. So this could be really interesting, but I guess we'll see what I do with it. Maybe I'll hit the edge and I'll hit like one edge and then I'll hit the other edge, and maybe as it does this it'll spew it around. Oh, this actually is doing way better than I thought, but it's just leaving a giant pile. Of course, this honestly means I can probably just do that, repick that up, and go fill things and keep it as simple as I can. So let's see, because yeah, this isn't moving it a lot, but that way I get rid of that. We'll keep it simple, because yeah, I'm going to need grass and other things at some point. I'm just being a bit quick and sloppy leaving equipment laying around, but that's okay, because at this point I know the TMR mixer is empty. It only had about 500 liters of hay, and it grabs 10 or 20 liters every few seconds. So alright, let me put this down. This just may not work as nicely as one would like, but we'll see. So my hope is I can do pretty well here. Let me just take that, and that should give me enough right there. Well, it's going to be, I think it might fill things, because I think we only have 9,000 for the hay, but you know, this is one of the reasons I wasn't baling it up, because at this point for the TMR mixer I can just toss it in this way. So this worked out a lot better than I would have honestly expected. But let's see. There we go. So we'll see if we get to take everything. It might take more than I thought. Yeah, it does. So let's see. I've got 5,600. So I can fit another amount of hay. Obviously, I still have room for silage. And I still have some straw bundles up. So let me go grab some more hay here. At this point, as quick as this is going, I can probably just refill everything. So I'm going to grab everything off that field. I think it's going to be a little bit of a chore, but the nice thing compared to trying to pick up the silage that I had going on is this seems to at least, you know, take a good hunk of the pile out, and then I could always just drive over it again if I'm not getting all the way down to the ground. But at that point, I think I had, you know, 20 or 30,000 liters, so I've already picked up 9,000 and gotten rid of it, so this might be a lot better than what I had. So let's see. So yeah, this is doing a good job picking it all up. So certainly far better than I have a right to imagine. But we'll grab this swath here, and then I'll have 2 more little passes, and I think we'll have it all at that point, unless I can't get the full width there, but I think I'll be able to do so. Alright, so I want to get the piece over here, and then we'll cycle around and get the longer one. But yeah, we should have a little over 10,000. I don't know, I thought I had over 20 left, but maybe I only had like 18. So maybe I won't get 10,000 fully in there. There you go. So that was a very quick conversion of hay. So all the more reason why I don't even really need to leave anything in a state of hay. I don't think I can just quickly throw some grass around, because once I have the fermenting silo, you know, that I can just do raw grass, so it just minimizes the amount of effort I'm going to have to utilize to keep things going, which is certainly a good topic when I'm just trying to focus on fulfilling orders. Alright, let's see. There we go. I might not be able to dump all of this, although it has been generating TMR. So yeah, my guess is if I wait a few seconds, I'll be able to do it. So let's run over here and see. I think I need to put that up on the screen. So we have 19,000 left, and I can go up to 18 here, so I'm not quite going to be able to do it, but it's going to be really, really soon. Certainly today, or well, the next 24 to 48 hours before I'm going to have any kind of difficulty here. Yeah, I was worried about that. So I knew I had to kind of back in at a pretty sharp rate there, but now we have this one full empty. I can leave this here. This again, you know, I think I want to use this to grab the sugarcane, because that's my largest batch here, or my largest powered tractor, I should say. And so when I have this trailer full, I certainly want to be in good shape for that. So I'm going to go position this down on the field. We'll take a ride down there. I don't know if I have the 214,000, I think is what I need on the field, but I think I'm very close if I don't. Although I think I looked at that, and I do have it. The biggest challenge is going to be, it's just going to take a lot of time to scoop that up and load that up. Because first off, I can only get 60,000 into this, so it's going to be 3 or 4 trailer loads or more anyway. But just doing it with the scoop is going to be the biggest thing. But I'm going to get this positioned so in the morning I can just get an early start. So turn that off, and I am going to finish what I can here, loading up silage, and I'm going to call it a night because, as I talked about, I don't have to rush here. So there's not an immediate need right now to work well into the night. You know, obviously the cows and so forth, they're going to keep eating, and the TMR mixer is going to keep mixing, and all of this consumption is going to happen the more time I take. But kind of running myself ragged isn't really going to help either. And it's getting a little more challenging to see, and we certainly have a lot that we've got able to get done. So we've got things that are just going to be time consuming. Why is this not scooping up? Interesting. Do I have it? Maybe I have it too far down. I'm thinking that I'm basically just dumping right out of the bucket. So let me finish this up, and I'll see you in the morning when I'm ready to start sugarcane. Alright, so good morning. 6 a.m. I wanted to get an early start. Got our property maintenance that just left there. Alright, so let me take a look at this, because I may just want to dig into that right away. I don't think I have quite enough here. You know, there's a material missing, so I need to get my straw. So let me get this taken care of here. Get that speared up, because this will fill up, then it will consume the rest. But yeah, I think I don't have enough, but if I can get that emptied pretty soon, I'm going to want to do that. But again, I gotta stay focused on what I need to get done, or I'm going to keep getting distracted. But yeah, obviously stopping at 6 or 7 o'clock last night, we're nearly 12 hours later with this running. So I had left the scoop operating here because it had 700 liters in it when I stopped, so I think I took 7,000 or so. So I think I can go ahead, but I'm going to try to do that during the day, because I don't want to try to place the new silo in the middle of the night and not really be able to see. So it's not as if I don't have something to keep me busy right now. So I'm going to go ahead and definitely start doing that, and then we'll worry about all the other things. Alright, so here we are. We're going to scoop this up, get this all taken care of. There's just this challenge of kind of how to move around and so forth. So I'm going to now need, whoops, closer than I thought here. Didn't realize I was tucked underneath the trailer. Last thing I want to do is tip things over or something. So I should be able to dump in there pretty. I gotta find a better way to do that. I know I can do it a lot faster than that, but right now this is working, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and just keep going in this direction. I just was trying to do it from the other side, but I don't think that was working as well. But this will let me scoop things a bit this way and rotate around. You know, so you know, we do get a good amount here with the fact that we're you know, we've got a scoop as big as we have. You know, it's over 2,500 liters each time, so there we go. That's a much faster process. And, you know, the question ends up being, do I have 214,000? And we've got to deliver that to Stu's farm shop. Kind of do one thing at a time here. It's a little tempting to, like, check things out, see if I'm set for everything else, but again, it's just not staying on task, not being prioritized. Just doesn't help anybody. So I'm going to fill this trailer up, and then I'll be back with you when I'm getting ready to deliver. Alright, so it took me a better part of an hour to get everything loaded up, get 40,000 liters here. So again, needing 214,000, I'm going to need to take 6 loads in total here. So, and that's assuming I have enough. If I don't, I'll certainly have to, you know, harvest a little bit more. We're going to have to take a look, because I think we have more coming anyway. So the preference would hopefully be that I can just leave it here until I need it, because I really don't want to be taking up more space there. So Stu's is the one over here north of town that we've got to drive to, and it's obviously just getting light enough. So what I may do in between here, because otherwise it's just going to be a long day of sugarcane, is make my change over to the fermenting silo and have you around for that, and then I'll be able to leave things go and wrap things up for this installment, and then we'll go from there. Oh yeah, we got to pick up all this straw. I forgot about all that too. So there is work abounding for me, that is for sure. Whoop. So we got to get up here to this road by the dairy. That'll get us over to the island. And then Stu's is off to the right, if you remember. So definitely doing a good job here of keeping myself a big contributor to the success of this community. So we've definitely started to earn a reputation as a pretty busy farm, servicing, you know, a lot of key folks around the area. So I should be able to just drop this here. I think it'll just go in the pit, but we'll see where they want it. Yep. So here we go. There we go. Everything's working as we would expect. We're getting paid, and we're decreasing our VIP order level. Alright, so 14,000 plus 1,200 for our environmental bonus. Down to 174,000, basically, that we need. I'm not sure that I might want to swing around and turn a little differently next time. That was a bit of a tight fit. But let me get back to the farm, and we'll see what it looks like. It should be bright enough for sure then. And we'll do our other task real quick here, because at this point, it's going to take me 5-6 more hours to get this sugar cane off the field. I'm not sure. I think I've got enough on the field, and I almost vaguely remember, because I knew I had the 214,000 that I needed when I was harvesting, and so I think I was kind of making sure that I had enough dumped on the field for that. But of course, if I couldn't harvest anything else, I don't know what else I would have done if I had run out anyway. So I'll see you back at the farm. So you can see what we've got left. You know, the question is that 170,000 liters? I really didn't dig much into the additional pile, from what I had pushed back here, so I'm hopeful. Alright, so looking at the TMR, it is full. It's out of space right now. I'm up here, and my target, my immediate target, is going to be to get the rest of this silage out of here. So I think I've got enough of a space in the TMR mixer to do that. So we're just going to kind of go back and forth here. Now, looking over at the other VIP orders, we have a couple levels. I think it's going to be level 11 before we have need of more sugarcane. But I do need another 200,000 liters of sugarcane. I certainly don't have that right now. So I'm going to definitely take advantage of the fact that I've got the crop that regrew and take care of that. And I may just keep kind of leaving that field there for when sugarcane comes up from the VIPs, because now that we've got 42, I'm hoping, I'm going to have enough, because it doesn't seem that it's asking for quite as much crop information. That was a little rough there. Nothing's coming out, seeping out through the back. Sometimes that is a problem. So I do want to be careful with that, because I do want to get this bunker silo empty before I do it. But my hope is, just so that I don't run out of things, my target and the reason I want to do this right away is, I want the mixer to be working, and then I want the fermenting silo to start working as well, so that I have silage and I don't really have to have a gap. Because right now, while again I might need to go around and pick some things up to do the work, where I've still got the straw over on 42, although obviously I've got another couple bales here, so my need for straw is gonna last several months yet. And the hay I can just go create from the grass, toss it over and bring it up here, so I don't need that much. So if I can get the silage running, I have everything I need to keep the TMR mixer operating at full capacity if I need to do that. Alright, so we've got a good amount here. Now again, when we looked and we had whatever it was, 19 or something when I walked in here before, I still had a couple scoops I could put into the mixer. So I'm thinking I'm down to like 15 at the highest level. This is going to be really close. If nothing else, I know the cows certainly have eaten enough, and even if they hadn't, there's enough room in the barn to give them more. So I might need to run around, but there's really no reason that this shouldn't be able to be completed here. But yeah, as you can see, I keep filling that scoop. There's still pieces left, but 2 more scoops I'm hoping at most. And even if I can't empty it all the way in, if I can at least just get it in the scoop, then I'm in good shape. So the other thing this will create is I'll be able to then do everything with bales for filling the TMR, or just pick it up off the ground if I need to. I'm not going to leave straw, I think, laying around in the field, unless suddenly I don't have to grow the field. I mean, that might make sense then. So yeah, we might not even have a full other scoop, but I might be surprised how much I get out of there. But it's looking pretty full over here, so I may need to wait a bit. So let me see what it looks like if it takes this whole scoop. What I may do is... well, it does not, so I will leave that, and I can come back here, grab this. Again, we've got a full TMR mixer, so I can absolutely grab 44,000 liters of TMR out of there, and then there will be plenty of time for that thing to keep working. And I think it will get there before we know it. At a minimum, I might have to fill one more trailer of sugarcane, spend another hour doing that, and then I think I'll have plenty of space to take care of the silage. Because at this point, I've got a good amount in there, in that scoop still. So I might need 3,000 or 4,000 liters of space here. A little too tough there. This is definitely always a tight fit getting in here. But if we do that, take a look at where we're at. I got 2,000 liters of hay. So yeah, I think I'm good. It's just a matter, obviously I need that shovel to be empty. So let me spend a few minutes kind of cleaning all this up. We'll see where things are at. Hopefully the shovel will be empty by then, because it will have absorbed it all by the time I run these 2 loads over. But that'll probably take me 5-10 minutes, so rather than make you watch me do that, I'll just hop back when that's done. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, get this cleaned up. I've got about 1,200 liters in here, 700 in the bucket, obviously. Not quite sure why it didn't pick that up. Well, this is not going to be fun if it won't let me do it all. So I can try to grab it coming another way, but let's just see if I can get most of it. I might, maybe if I center it up a little different way, it'll take it or whatever. But let's see. Not sure that I can get all of this in one shot. Whoops. Well, that's not what I wanted. Getting too excited, going the wrong way. Alright, let's see. So, I want to go this way. And then, hopefully, I can grab that little bit. Because that's only a couple hundred more, I'm sure. And then we should have an empty bunker silo. I need to not dump it again. Alright, I'm going to try it this way then. Hopefully I can scoop it out from this direction. Alright. So, let me just peek there. Alright, let's see what we got. So it may not let me get that. Because, yeah, it's telling me I have 238, but it's just not going to let me grab it. I mean, I can fit that in the bucket. It's 2,600. I can try it from this direction. But if I can't do it from any of these directions, I am then just going to lose that material. There's not really anything I can do. So let's see if it'll let me grab some, but it is struggling, I will tell you that. So let me do that. Pretty sure I'll just go over this, and yeah. So I think whatever the trigger point is, it's just not going to go. But that's good enough. And this is sometimes the trouble with some of the bunker silos. So my bigger challenge now is I need to have enough available as far as space here before I can then finish my sugarcane. But I'm going to leave that here, and in the interim, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a fermenting silo. So first things first, need to get rid of this. So we're going to sell it. That's going to be 56,000 pounds. That is nice. Alright, material gone. Nice pad there, so that's even better. Wasn't sure if I was going to have grass or not. I'm just not sure if I want to, you know, if I want to go ahead and let this take a bigger one or take a smaller one, because the footprint is really the same. Actually, for any of these, the footprint is pretty much the same. But it just would seem a shame for 40,000 pounds. Although, I don't think I need that much. It's not like I have a giant TMR mixer. So the biggest thing is, either way, because I need to get to both sides. I don't really need to get to the door as much, but I do need to get to both sides, so it almost makes sense. What I was hoping to be able to do was, so maybe what I'll do is this, but what I was hoping to be able to do was give myself enough room that I can dump the sugarcane up here as well. But I think I can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then I can drive in kind of like I would be going to the bunker silo. And then obviously get out there. Alright, so we've got that placed. Everything looks good. Since it was a nice flat bunker silo, not really a problem there. So you can see now I can do grass. You know, and yeah, it's got 84,000 cycles a month. This will be plenty. Alright, so there will be a lot of nice things here from the standpoint that I no longer have to scoop out 2,500, 2,600 liters at a time into a bucket and move it over. I'll be able to just pull trailers underneath, dump that in, and everything will be great. So I'm going to go grab some grass. That's the whole point of diverting and doing this now, was that silage is getting created while I am doing other things, so that once again, when we need it, then I'm going to be in pretty good shape. But I think I'll just get one trailer full here, get it going. That'll be 40,000 or so, I would think. So I don't remember exactly if it's... Did I miss some? I did. I was worried about that with the sloppy turn, but I was hoping against hope that it had worked. Let me see. 'Cause yeah, now I'm struggling more than I need to be to pick this up, but get on over here. That should grab everything there. I hope I can fill up this trailer with what I've got cut. If not, it'll be good enough to start. Because at a minimum, all I really need is 18,000 liters, because that's all I can put in the TMR mixer. And obviously I got 6,000 just off that one row. So I think I'll be fine. Because 3 of these will get me my 18,000, but let's make sure. Okay. I didn't want to have a fill limit on and then suddenly just blow past and have to continue. So I can get the full 35,000 off the field here. And there's a little bit of that is questionable if I want to go that far, because I know I need hay pretty quickly, and I'm going to need that. So I may leave one line of hay or one line of grass. So maybe we'll do that, and then we'll worry about grass work at a different time. Well, although I've got that partial line up there, so maybe I'm okay. Just continuing across, and then I'll be able to do other things with the hay, or grab hay from something else, because whatever this row is, this will be enough. I don't know that it'll get me to 35, but it'll be a lot more than 20,000, so we'll take that, and we'll go put that in, and we will then be much better off than having to dump grass in, compress it, cover it, wait for it, scoop it out. This makes it so much more efficient to produce silage on the farm, so it's great. So what I'm thinking in general, I'm thinking getting to level 20 or somewhere in that vicinity is going to be probably a good target, because certainly one of the things I'm beginning to wonder is at some point, while I enjoy coming over here to my uncle's farm and starting up, you know, there's a whole wide world out there that I could explore, and I'm making some pretty good money here. And given that I'm only on level 9, and I've got about £1 million and multiple businesses and so forth that I own, and the productions I've got, if I was to just decide, hey, I want to liquidate things and move and work somewhere else, just kind of take my skills to other areas of the world that could use them, I might have that opportunity. And so I think at this point I'm going to set myself a goal of trying to get through level 20 orders, but we'll see. It may get much more difficult, much more time consuming, so I may lower that to maybe 15 or something, but at a minimum I'm going to get to level 15. But I'd really like to get to level 20 or a little bit beyond that, and then I may decide to take a look if I can find some other place to go to and try some things and help VIPs out there and just start a business up there, because at this point it's been a few years already, I think, getting close to it, if not. So I've been there for a bit, and at this point, now that I've picked up stakes and come out here, there's nothing that really holds me here. So I could sell this farm off to others, get rid of all the buildings, make some money, and then have a good nest egg to start up somewhere else. Right, so if you take a look, you can see we've already got 187 liters of silage, so this moves along. So I'm going to go ahead. I don't think I'm going to be able to quite dump this out yet. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to wait a little bit. Ooh. Oh, not much. So 61 liters. So I'm going to wait a little bit here as that continues to run, and then go get my sugarcane done. So we'll start up the next episode if I'm at the blessed point of being able to finish the order, of closing that out so that you get to see that. But for now, I think you've seen what I need to do, and I'm gonna get to it and let you get back to whatever you were doing, and I'll see you next time.